Alright. So this, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, was not in the original game. It was added after the fact. Now, I'll be curious to see, because some things they added for DS functionality, so I'm not quite sure how they'll work here. Oh no. Dramatic. What does it mean? It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Man, Phoenix, this is why you don't run a successful law firm. You need to work. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. Oh man. The easiest one to do would be Maya's voice, but that seems a little in poor faith. Because I had Maya, I was around there with Maya. Always awkward trying to decide on a voice for someone.
There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you?
I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here.
So you are? The coffee boy?
I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney.
Right. Wait. You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case?
Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though.
That's a relief then. You're better than nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now.
But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney?
Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere.
Please, I'm out of time.
But
Please, you have to help. It's my sister.
oh no, the immediate psychic damage. Maya, could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out.
Really? Thank you so much.
It's kind of a shame what happens to her when it time skips to the future. But I like Emma.
My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator.
Scientific investigator? Science? What's that? Sounds way less useful than magic. Or spirit medium channeling, but it's the same thing. My attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. See this? It's my attorney's badge.
Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before.
You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me.
Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit.
She analyzed it scientifically.
There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it.
Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Well, Phoenix, you know, you might have more money if you were taking on cases. Alright. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. Egads! The bellboy was staring right at me. Mia's plant. Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. That was kinda cute. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one, and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt, too. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases. I ought to at least dust it off once in a while. Mind you, this is not quite Maya's level music, but that's okay. Alright. What's up, Emma? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator?
Yes, that's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's just you seem kind of, jumpy. Or maybe just young.
Young? I'll be 16 years old this year.
Oh, I see. Wait, only 16?
I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less.
So what exactly is your current position then?
Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less.
Great. Another future professional in training. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then?
Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know.
Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one.
I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you?
Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm.
If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared.
Your sister?
I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done.
I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow?
My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't.
So, it's a murder case.
I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact.
And there's a witness.
Just talk to her. You have to talk to her.
Right. I suppose I will.
I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but...
That's interesting. How would she know Mia?
My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school.
So they went to the same school, huh?
She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one.
Incidentally, Mia is a woman.
Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's.
Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close.
Well, Actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her.
Huh?
But she's my only family.
Your only family? What about your parents?
They died in a car accident when I was little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on. Ah, look, there's Miles Edgeworth. I arrived at dead parents. Hey, Captain. As... Well, maybe not as God intended, but as the gods of role-playing definitely intend. At least if I know most backstories. Miles Edgeworth, age 24, a gifted prosecutor and a ruthless man who'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Dick Gumshoe, age 30, detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Emma Sky, age 16, high school junior and self-styled scientific investigator. So yeah, I don't actually know when this re-release came out relative to the other games. I guess technically this could have happened before the second game, but I feel like it's more likely that it... I don't know, it's weird. Because Miles is here, he's the prosecutor, but they give us a different Maya, because current Maya is canonically away, doing spirit medium training. So we get science Maya instead. I actually like Emma a lot. I wish she came up more in the sequel trilogy. She's the Pepsi to Maya's Coke. That's not an incorrect way of putting it, although I feel like Pepsi gets more love than Emma Sky does. Detention Center. February 22nd. Detention Center. Visitor's Room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. God, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, Bab, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year, Well, understood, Bab. Well, what was that all about?
Hi, Lana.
Funny, I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing.
Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney.
I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? In a weird uniform. Two sisters. One a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma? Lana? I mean, they're just like... Look, Phoenix, I think we can put 2 and 2 together, but if you want to make it explicitly obvious.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Alright, Lana, you hold on a minute while I'm going to check around at the things. Smile for the camera. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. I'm feeling a bit chilly myself. It's really only those 2 things, but sometimes they're a little different, like that one was. Behold, I'm a defense attorney. Your badge looks new. I polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off, and then we'll see the real you. Yeah, whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years, then we'll see what you have become. Ha, joke's on you. 2 years he's not that different, and in 9 years he's gonna be ridiculously different. So her... Actually, no, wait a second. Holy shit, wait a second. How soon between games 3 and 4 does it happen? Phoenix doesn't become a hobo in 3 years, does he? I might have to check this for next time. That'd be really funny if that was the case. I think it's... she's just saying something, but... the case. There is something you should know from the start. Which is... the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh?
But wait, but the suspect is...
Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific.
It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it?
The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy.
I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were.
Well, that's just great. So who was the victim?
An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? The death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach.
By you?
A death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal.
I see.
Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you?
Uh-oh.
What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean?
Well, it means...
the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so.
This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Lana. So, you're the chief prosecutor. Which is very weird, because it did not sound like she was the chief prosecutor before, but whatever.
That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. And those are my responsibilities in a nutshell.
That's an awfully large nutshell.
Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, these? I cut myself by accident. Oh, when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose.
How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? Relation to Mia. You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her?
Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office.
Hey Darth, I see we now have Science Maya. Yes, we do. And we have Prosecutor Mia.
Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia.
Hey.
It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students.
Different?
She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me.
Excuse me?
Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school.
Hold up, Emma, you know. Everyone likes to think that Phoenix and Edgeworth are a gay couple, so, you know, maybe Mia and Lana were a couple. Let's not judge.
I was the best that there was.
Oh,
I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way.
sounds a bit different when Emma says it.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Excuse me?
as you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana, why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana.
So I'm gonna say her name every single way. So why is she in a military uniform? I don't know. Maya, your new brown hair looks nice.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you.
You mean you're requesting my services as your defense?
Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over.
Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this.
Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. I'm going to find out what.
It is... I remember when Baby Chris first played this game. I'm pretty sure I didn't know about this being an extra case they added for the DS. Like, I just didn't know that. So I definitely became more attached to Emma than I should have been. Even though, even as a dumb baby teenager. And yes, baby teenager, because teenagers are also babies. In fact, at my age, everyone under 30 is a baby. And I'm sure in 10 years, they'll have moved up to 40, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, I liked having a science Maya. And I was like, why doesn't she ever do anything? And it's like, oh, because she didn't exist for those. That's why the attorneys have to investigate, and not, the police. Well, in this case specifically, we know that they are very well going to want to immediately crush her and maybe don't have the most unbiased perspective when they look over the evidence. At least she comes back later. Yeah, she does some. Not that she has the best time of it.
Ah, I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Huh? About what?
My sister, she's not always like that, you know?
I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. Especially not as, my next case.
She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody likes her.
I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Probably because of the military uniform. Had to cost them more gumshoe content, though. I mean, as we've seen, they're just gonna not have gumshoe for whatever reason. I don't know why they're so allergic to gumshoe. From the fourth case on. It distresses me, though. What happened to her?
I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not.
Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we?
Okay.
And you just have regular... oh, back to this, okay. The underground parking lot. The most riveting of locations. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Part of Gumshoe has been replaced. Meet Detective Sky. And wow, that is some powerful autofill. Changing Gumshoe to Gunshot. So this is the lot where it all happened.
Looks like they're still investigating.
Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this.
Hey everyone, keep up the good work.
Hey, what are you thinking?
Well, they're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now after all. No harm in saying hello.
Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? If he was named Gunshot, he'd be in more trouble. Oh, I don't even know. Who is this? Oh, okay, well, at least that... Hey there. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner?
Partner?
Right. Wow, what do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner.
Mr. Marshall.
Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. I'm not satisfied with this, but it's gonna have to do for now. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see?
Strike?
This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? Why can't anyone be goddamn regular in this world of mine? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours?
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective.
Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Alright, let us now examine all the things.
This is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose?
Aha! The theory of relativity.
What?
I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? Well, hold up. Emma. You're almost 16? And you don't... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's some of that Maya bleeding over.
Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice.
You can see the whole parking lot from in there.
It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe?
Huh?
Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later.
I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office.
You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day.
Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Maybe Einstein isn't as known in Japan, America. You know what? It might be complicated. It's true. Oh, that was not a thing, actually. Door.
Look, a door. This must mean something.
I'm not sure that doors mean anything.
No, it won't open. A mysterious lock.
I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Common sense could maybe taken at character creation. That explains a lot, actually. Oh, we can't look at this kiosk, okay. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer?
Wait. What are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket.
How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Why are all these teenage girls kleptomaniacs? Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. That's the thing in World of Darkness? Oh, is it? That's kind of fun. Common sense is a merit you can take, but it says specifically at character creation. That is a lot of fun. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside.
I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay?
Merits are basically feats. Okay. I mean, it's not quite the same, but I did play Shadowrun 4th Edition a little bit. Which is, they're not feats in that either, but I know sometimes you have things that you take that aren't quite, they can serve almost a similar role as that, but they're not called feats per se. By the way her eyes are sparkling, I can tell she's been waiting for this. Basically, you look at the DM and ask, is this a good idea or a bad idea? I mean, common sense can really go either way sometimes, but usually it's a good idea.
Okay now. Look at the court record.
I've lost control.
You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides, using the functionality of the Nintendo D... Oh, this isn't the DS. Now, let's start examining from every angle. Oh, look! I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of the A button.
Three-dimensional gaming.
This
This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189.
See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful?
I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Goodman's ID added to the court record. An investigator's ID card found at prosecutor's office crime scene, ID number 5842189.
Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Remember when I streamed this, and it took forever to figure out how to do all the things that need audio input, like the fingerprinting. Opening a wallet is the most scientific of actions. Hey, Dill. Yeah, I'm curious how that's gonna be later on, considering this is the Trilogy release, so I might just have something where they like have you press a button or something instead. Oh my god, did they add stepladder lore for Emma too? I don't remember.
Aha! A ladder.
That's a stepladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Likely a bun, yeah. I believe that's the case. Yeah, that would make sense. I don't get along with my real ladder. Hey, pups. Oh, man.
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. The ladder that matters is the one that raises you when you need it. I forget why I enjoyed watching Emma get power bombed in WVGCW in the past. I am now reminded. And we have a gate here.
This wall is in our way.
It's got a faucet for water.
Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank.
I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. And we have some drums. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. Look, she's still a dumb baby. Yeah, she's really still a dumb baby.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over here is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout.
I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious.
She'll grow up. I mean, she grows more sideways. Part of me almost wonders if originally she was going to be a bit younger, but then considering some of the places this case goes later, they're like, that might be too young to be comfortable. It's like how Maya's technically like, what, 17? But a lot of her stuff skews kind of younger. Oh, look, it's something else on the ground.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is.
Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here is our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet.
God, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car?
Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You wanna know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh?
Please.
No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter?
Note to self, look up Vittles, Saloon, Cerveza.
Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. Sir, you need to put the knife down. It's fine, he just uses it for shaving. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great.
Great. Maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out.
Who is this now? Someone saying, excuse me, were you two all set? Us? Oh. God. Oh no. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for you. What's this? She couldn't be.
You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene.
I feel like I've told you multiple times now, Katie. I've legitimately lost that to time. I could not for the life of me actually reproduce that now. I mean, I kind of did that with Lotta. I mean, it wasn't Southern Belle, obviously, but Oh. Let me see if I can figure out something. I should take a sip of a drink anyways. Like, my voices are so limited already, but oh man. Fortunately, I think this is... I don't think there's many more women in this case. Which, you know, small blessing for me at least. Ah. Alright. Oh, noble one with the laugh. I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure I can actually go for that. Oh, let's see if I go in the...
Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir?
Yes?
Some crunchy goodness coming at you.
Forgot she's just like selling basic lunches. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business.
This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over.
Cough up? Huh?
You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective.
I know she's kind of changed, like, to be more serious, but... What?
A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
Man, those are always the worst.
You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about?
Please, cough up queen. God, that's a bad nickname. Tell us what happened.
The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels.
Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. God damn it, Phoenix. I need you to focus. No, don't... Also, you know, it occurs to me... I don't think I've realized that this actually looks different. Because this was made, I guess, for how the DS was styled. So they changed how they were going to do the burr in between it. That's really weird, actually. Was that the case in the original, too? I guess it must have been. Also, we got rid of that freaking wallet. Why do I look at their ages when I look in the profiles? Lana Sky, age 29, the defendant and chief prosecutor for the district, wounded on her right hand. Angel Star, age 31, mysterious lunch lady, witness to the murder known as the Cough-Up Queen. Okay, can you not mind me as... Oh, I can't even slide, can I? Well, we're on this screen now. I'm going to show her my attorney's badge. It has to happen.
A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchlad's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy.
A box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. I mean, that's not so bad. Like, it would help you get some, like, electrolytes if you need them. Not the healthiest way to do so, but like bad for your sodium, but I mean, Phoenix is in Marvel vs. Capcom now. Yes, he is. The case.
Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon.
Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason?
You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of iniquity. The evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew. The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really?
Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear. This lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. By the way, she's kind of dumb. I like that she has on her necklace, it has a little dangling charm of the way they cut up the little sausages in the octopus shape. I don't actually know what those are specifically called. I should know the Japanese word for them, because I've watched in that subbed anime, it must come up. But you know, just octopus-shaped wieners, whatever you want to call them. I wonder, they call her Cough-Up Queen here in Lunch Lady, but I mean, she just does bentos, obviously. Oh well. Anyways, back to the talking. What you witnessed. So, what exactly was it that you witnessed, mister?
It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Sky wield that knife so... The knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties of this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears, and the rhythmic beat of Lana Sky's knife.
Wait a second. You know Lana Sky?
Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light.
I'm saying taco sausage, which is really just octopus sausage, so... Oh, makes sense. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Phoenix. Focus. I know you have a thing for the older... No, I'm just kidding. Angel.
Can we ask you a bit about yourself, mister? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No?
The booba is above the box line, Chris. You must forgive him. It is true. Like, look, they kind of made it, like, smaller. Like, he's used to it being blocked off.
Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobit lunch set. Ah, never mind, you win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor.
Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office.
Your boyfriend?
See the security room over there?
The glass-walled booth?
I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him.
Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. I mean, I think that's kind of obvious that Phoenix is into the slightly older ladies. I mean, look. While it may seem obvious, a lot of people are distracted by Phoenix also appearing to be into guys who are the same age as him. Her Japanese nickname roughly translates as Cough Up Queen, more along the lines of Vomit Up, but close enough.
So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, mister, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis. Not. Prosecutor's office. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, mister? I sense some hostility.
Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. Ugh.
Oh man. 10-day-old seafood of any kind is bad. Clams? I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past.
That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen.
Hence the vomit, yeah. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Whew. We didn't really get much going on. Oh, I guess we could technically show her the investigator's ID card, maybe? This might be something that Phoenix is like, no, I have to hide my evidence. About this card.
Lunchland vendors only accept cash and no cards.
Oh, I missed this? What did you miss, Captain?
Especially not a card belonging to someone else.
No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective.
And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? It's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective.
Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Oh, you know, I will say too, I just now noticed the fact that she has a rice ball on her hat too. Her English name is a reference to Bellstar, an old West woman who was treated like a bandit queen. Oh, that's neat. I never knew that at all. That's kind of a clever way of doing it, though. Does she have anything else going on? No, I don't think so. I think it's just she has the octopus sausage necklace and she has the onigiri on her head, the rice balls. Alright, the High Prosecutor's Office. I wonder who could be here, considering what we see on the wall. February 22nd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202, or 1202.
This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really.
Thanks.
Look, there's a trophy or something here.
A trophy? What, a shield?
It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk.
Phoenix Wright, you never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. It is an interesting choice to me that they give you a fake Maya, they give you Science Maya, but instead of like a fake Miles or any kind of other prosecutor, like, nah, just use Miles again. Long time no see, Edgeworth.
Huh? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth.
You know him from somewhere?
Of course, I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and...
Right. Your sister is the chief prosecutor, after all.
Well, what brings you here?
I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk.
No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here, he...
Hey, don't blame me.
We're just here to investigate a murder case.
A murder?
A body was found in this nasty, bright red sports car in the parking lot.
That would be my car. What of it? Look at Miles's smug face here. Also, I mean, lawyers do decently well for themselves, but it is kind of funny that that is Edgeworth's car. Like, man, you are... Although I guess he does have that naturally gray anime hair, so he could just jump to having a midlife crisis mobile ahead of time. What of it?
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Alright, well, as we should always do, let's ignore the person in front of us and look around their room first.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right? I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this. I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
It has a big K on it.
Of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's...
K stands for king?
Yeah, you got a problem with that. I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors, not to be confused with King of Fighters or King of the Ring.
King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better.
Oh, apologies. King of Prosecutors trophy, given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors, at the police department on the day of the murder.
So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh?
Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors.
Congratulations, King of Prosecutors.
Please stop saying that. It still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off?
Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa.
Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap.
I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow.
I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working.
I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool.
Sofa hair is cool? Okay, Emma, you need to chill a little bit, girl.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy.
Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy.
Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
I don't think so. Damn, Edgeworth gets flowers from the fast food restaurant Wendy's. Edgeworth wishes it was that Wendy. No, sadly, Old Bag does not forget Edgeworth.
Whoa, what a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor.
I guess you would feel important.
Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds.
That's handy to know. I wonder if that checks out. I don't think I care enough to double check that right now. From the 12th floor up?
Oh, cute! What a pretty tea set.
Well, you tell us that science, Maya. Sounds right. Look, she just wants us to know that she knows her one-dimensional kinematics. Now, she doesn't know about who came up with the theory of relativity, but she's done some physics. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Yo, hey Donnie.
Amazing! The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction.
There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Science versus history of science. Yeah, it is true. Senku would be disappointed, though.
Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
Odd. Thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights.
You must have someone get them for him.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
He must study these cases reports so closely. He's so cool.
You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. And a nod this extra case, it's Brave New World. Oh, that's right, because you watched the Game Grumps one for this, right? And they didn't do this case. It's very long. Which is probably why they kind of suggested to skip it.
Hey, a chessboard.
I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. I mean, that's not even really what they're showing. In fact, okay, look, I know they have limited art assets for the screen they were working on. But Jesus Christ. Actually, if you get checkmated, you're supposed to knock the king over anyways. Where are all the other... Oh, whatever. I'm thinking of this too much. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you. Okay, is that everything finally? Is we just walk in on Edgeworth and just ignore him to look at all his stuff? Okay, looks like it, yes. We can show Edgeworth our attorney's badge. At last, everything is complete. I mean, we did it last time too, but that was more sobering. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago.
What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yet, my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh. Take it for sure, won't he?
I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty.
If she says any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Given the Edgeworth king of prosecutors. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh? Why's that?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah.
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
Oh, what does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday?
If Edgeworth, having been tried for 2 murders, was the best prosecutor last year, what did the other ones do? I mean, look, we may have beaten him in 2 cases, and we had to defend him for murder twice. But, he had a perfect record before then, so clearly he was cleaning up the rest of the time. It's just whenever he's around Phoenix, his life sucks. Which, you know, I know people like to ship them together, but it's gotta be kinda awkward. If almost all the worst moments of your career / life happen to be around this one guy. So, the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, right? You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less.
No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait, so you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again.
Now that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too, to think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand... Wait, what did you say? Alana Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. Although she wasn't king or prosecutor, so...
She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgeworth.
To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all.
What do you mean?
Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you?
Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it.
Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident.
What? That's crazy.
Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny.
Toys?
That bronze shield. There's gotta be a story behind that one.
Yeah, the prosecutor was the one from the tutorial case. It is true. Winston Payne is the only other one we see. I mean, there's other prosecutors, but they don't appear until we find out about them, so. It's like how we know there's plenty of police, and yet we only ever meet Gumshoe. There's two prosecutors and the chief one. Edgeworth, cancel culture strikes again. Does kind of have a little bit of that vibe, doesn't it? Like, not fully, but a lot of Sky.
Chief Prosecutor Sky. Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember.
2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet.
Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me.
It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then why?
Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon?
I forgot about this wrinkle to the case. I mean, apparently Phoenix is literally the only defense turning around. I mean, there was Mia before she died. And there is technically Grossberg, who is supposedly a really, like, we've seen Grossberg's office, and he looks like he's a very lucrative defense attorney. But maybe he just does civil cases. Maybe every defense attorney sees a murder case and just goes, "No, dog, I'm not gonna do it."
To be so specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car.
Edgeworth's knife added to the court record. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces a victim's blood, no prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't he take a joke?
You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
The day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday? The day of the murder?
Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal.
Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub added to the court record. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12 p.m. I like how it has his name on it too. Why does Edgeworth have a Bowie knife? I mean, a knife is a tool, but he doesn't strike me as the type. It is a very weird... Like, I also wouldn't think of Edgeworth as having, like, a red sports car. Like, Edgeworth strikes me as he'd have more of a, like, functional type of car, but... For all his buckskins. Or homesteading.
This is the parking stub from the underground lot.
The murder took place around 5:15.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, God.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises?
I'm Edgeworth. What is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report?
Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky?
Oh, right, this guy. Yeah. God. What do they call him, too? It's like they give him a pathetic sounding name. Because he's a goober. I don't like the way this conversation is going at all.
Sky, sir. No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir.
I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but, sir... I'm just following orders, sir. He told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir.
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins.
He looks like he stepped out of a completely different game with a completely different art style. Yeah, I guess it's because he's a goober, so they kind of like,
Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. Good luck with that raise next month.
But sir, I didn't know.
Poor guy. Look, he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Jesus, Phoenix. I mean, you're not wrong, but... Alright. Yes, sir? Caught me off guard.
As you can see, I'm busy.
You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
Officer Nerdly Dweebus. Yeah, really.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there.
Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Okay, we didn't get Meekins added yet. Okay. Alright, well, to the parking lot. I guess we can see, although I doubt she's going to actually say anything new, but... Could you take a look at this?
You.
Yes?
You said you wanted some hot tea, right?
No, but thanks. You didn't even look at me.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this.
We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing.
I knew it! So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite.
The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Do you recognize the murder weapon? Nope. Okay. I didn't think she would, but, you know, figured it was worth a try. My prosecutor's office, police department entrance. Just realized they put Miles Edgeworth, the man with an elevator phobia, on the 12th floor. I mean, they might not have any offices for prosecutors on any of the lower floors, but that is a good point. Well, you know what? At least we know that he probably gets really good cardio then. February 22nd, Police Department entrance.
Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. It took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Oh. Hold on. What's that? So,
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
maybe we're getting some good cardio in then. So get used to both this sound and this thing, this blue badger. Because unfortunately, this was the first time in the games where they... We'll get there later. I need to move on. Oh wait, I know. This is the blue badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast.
Hey, pal, what are you doing here?
It's just Larry Butts in another elaborate costume. The horrifying thing is... Am I remembering right that... Or is it... I'm trying to remember if it's a blue badger costume. No, it's like a pink one, right? That they put Wendy Oldbag in the Investigations game. Or is that a... It might be a Steel Samurai spin-off thing instead. I can't quite remember that. It's been so long since I played that game. I only did it one time. That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Why are you, a police detective, at the police station? Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Oh, well, at least it doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal.
Do it.
I was wondering about that. What, the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Gumshoe? Gumshoe's just Fred Flintstone on a successful keto diet.
The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the battery dies. Until the batteries die.
Burn the demon.
What blue badger? Fated to dance until he drops.
Blue Badger panel added to the court record. A work of art designed by the chief of detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. Not gonna lie, I'm impressed with Gumshoe's ingenuity. Good job, man. In fairness, like, as much as Gumshoe is not great at his job and kind of a goober, he does have his moments going on for him. It's just sadly he doesn't seem to actually be good at being a detective. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911.
You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human.
She has a point. I'm actually not sure what point they're making there, but okay.
I always get excited when I come to a police station.
Why is that?
It just feels like I've jumped into a movie.
Huh?
You know, with all the police and criminals.
Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting.
Sure it is. Look at those 2 officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust.
Honey, I thought they were talking about the weather.
The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign.
Nice slogan.
I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets.
I don't think it's that kind of campaign.
What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar.
I think most families can figure that out without the extra help.
Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white?
No idea. Why?
Well, I think they're designed after a panda.
A panda?
Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory.
Games. No, sorry, I just, Oh, Matt Pat, you have left a legacy behind. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory?
It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car, and it came to me. We just been at the zoo, see?
What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, "Hey, you do that, your soup will get cold." That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried.
I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes.
They make a good pair. I don't... Maybe that was like a Manzai joke in the original? The detectives in there look pretty busy.
Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action.
Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Okay, I think I've now explored everything. Yes? Okay, we can talk to Gumshoe now. Actually, we can present evidence to Gumshoe now. Detective, here's my attorney's badge.
You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Nuff said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice.
Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found a detective's card, didn't I? Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this?
Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it in to the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
I mean, Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see. Bruce Goodman.
Goodman. Sounds familiar.
Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
So some of the patrol vehicles in my area are solid black with slightly less black-gray lettering. So they're trying to be sneaky. Knows my ex-cop granddad to no end. Huh. That's kind of weird. I guess maybe when they got their new police vehicles, they just didn't want to do the classic paint job. But it's kind of weird that they're like trying to be sneaky. I wonder if Gumshoe has anything to say about Edgeworth's trophy. Ah, yes he does. Okay, good.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Holy shit. Gumshoe got an award? What is this Clown Shoes organization? Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Apparently it's so they can catch people speeding in the act instead of establishing a presence so no one speeds in the first place. Ah. It's like school yearbooks, everyone gets voted best something or other. That's just a theory. My granddad's theory. I mean, admittedly, not that I have experience as a driver with this, but, you know, it's something you always notice. It does get annoying when people slow down way more than they necessarily need to because there's a cop nearby. While, meanwhile, cops in their vehicles just want traffic to go at the way it's supposed to go. Here in Maryland, the average speed of traffic tends to go to like 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. Now, if you're up driving in like Pennsylvania, usually they're a lot more strict about that. You tend to actually want to be at the speed limit there. And of course, obviously, depending on like what kind of roads you're on, you'll have people who will do like excessive speeding, but like there's like an average kind of number that people go over by, and here in Maryland, at least, it tends to be 5 to 10 over. I know it varies by places. Like out in California, typically people over there tend to just ignore stop signs a lot of times. They'll like slow down a little bit. The classic California rolling stop. I don't know if that's still a thing, but
Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Except one small town near you where their primary revenue stream is speeding tickets. I could see that. That's how you learn it with like the place you're at, right? Like it's not super common, but relatives of mine have gone out to like West Virginia a couple times, some of the places by there, where they'll have a lot of those like really winding roads in mountainous area. And locals in those places will sometimes speed really excessively where like, because when you know the roads, there's ways you can take it where if you don't know the roads, you wouldn't drive the same way. Sorry, I guess it was just weird to go on this tangent, but you know. My cousin specifically went to sheriff's department where the city can't force a ticket quote on the cops. That's nice. That's always the thing you gotta watch out depending on what time of month or year it is. And you never know, unless you have someone who's, you know, if you have family in there. Let's see if, weirdly enough, Gumshoe might recognize Edgeworth's knife.
Found in Mr. Edgeworth's cur. Sat with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The cur and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that either.
Good.
So, Emma is related to the chief prosecutor, who is our client for this case. He also does come up, not in either of the direct sequels of this game, like not the first trilogy, because this is the added case they added later after the fact. Added. I'll say added a few more times, just hit my quote on that, whatever. But when they do a time skip to the future, you do see a slightly older Emma there. Well, not slightly, she's older like everyone else is older. Also, I like how they don't have something for Gumshoe to say. The case.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned a detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second?
Huh? Me?
Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
But yeah, there's interesting some of the things they do with this case. Because plenty of the games usually have at least one or two like standalone cases. But this one, because of them adding it to kind of push other things too, they kind of, instead of making it just a standalone case, they try to make it like a really big, monumental feeling standalone case. Almost like one of the big cases that these games are set in, because the way most of the Ace Attorneys are designed, they kind of have like one overarching thing that informs what is usually the final case and maybe one or two earlier cases. And here, they're trying to do all of that in one, kind of. And yes, exactly, Donnie. Emma is just the Maya stand-in. Because this is set 2 months after Maya left. And Maya basically, like, Phoenix doesn't have a chance to see her until the next game, so.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time?
What do you mean, this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? She's the Duracell, the Maya's Energizer. I do like that Lana is sort of Edgeworth's Mia. They need a Maya analog. This is a sweet way to do it. Yeah, that's a good point. Because you don't get the full impact on it because we're playing as Phoenix and not Edgeworth. But it is true that Lana is kind of Edgeworth's Mia. Like, obviously, Edgeworth learned with Manfred von Karma, but he needed to have someone who was not evil in his past, too, so.
So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger Dance down pat.
Sadly, he gets a ninja instead of Emma. And yeah, he did mention Lana looking out for him when it started. And this is true. That would have been interesting if they had Emma be that. It is a real shame. Like, I don't know if I buy that the second Edgeworth Investigations game is as amazing as people say it is. I feel like when you have one game that's not been brought over and people only do with fan translations, it tends to get a hyped up opinion anyways. But that said, it's also very clear there's a lot of stuff in the first Investigations game, including with Edgeworth's Maya, that specifically was set off to be paid off in that second game. And we never got it officially over here. And I would not mind if they did the same thing they did with the Great Ace Attorney, where they brought it over as a 1-2 package.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall.
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall died.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
Bruce Goodman. So, this ID card belonged to the victim.
He was a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
It's also funny because the way Bruce Goodman looks, he kind of looks like the chief detective you do for most of the cases in the 5th game. It is the 5th game, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 5th game.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much. It's kind of sad I've not consistently been switching between saying Lana versus Lana. I go either way. I think it's whatever feels more natural with the words surrounding it. I swear the court, city council, and the electorate must be in turmoil over all these prosecutors getting arrested. Yeah. Admittedly, in the second case in this game, where Mia got killed and everything, we did learn that a lot of them were being blackmailed by one dude. So, Edgeworth's troubles.
He's in a tough spot again.
Again?
Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe?
We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police.
Think of the name Republic out here. Or Gotham. You're not entirely wrong about that. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer from West LA.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe.
Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. Received from Detective Gumshoe allows bearers to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
Can I actually look at evidence more?
Oh yeah, I can.
This is the other thing where they let you have the ability to now control things in 3 dimensions.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple.
What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman.
Now there's a scary thought. I don't think any of these actually have something for us to discover, but I should make sure I'm thorough.
Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here.
Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner?
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Finally, we can exit the Art Museum police station. It does kind of have that look to it, doesn't it? Oh, is that actually the only thing I can look at here? Okay, that's fine. Did we actually look at this one question? A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189.
I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs.
What else would they use?
Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place.
True.
Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID YABADAB. Y Abadab. See, wouldn't that be better?
Yabadab? It does have a certain ring to it.
Exactly my point. Teehee.
Doesn't take much to amuse her. Yeah, it is weird that it's blurred like that. I don't know if that might be because, like, of a general thing. Where, like, because of media where it could be something that actually has it, it's always blurred. So, to be authentic to how that's usually portrayed in things where it's not fake, they do it anyways. I don't know. Miles Edgeworth, 1712.
This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
It just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light.
That's just a dumb way of responding to that. Oh, man. What is...
Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out.
Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe.
Let's see. Annual bonus $20.
Jesus Christ. Gumshoe. You should be paid more.
I think a couple zeros are missing.
No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case.
Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator.
Oh, poor Gumshoe. Ah, and this we can only look at. We can't actually investigate. Alright. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still ongoing. As to a short story when Inquisitor kept flashing his badge at people and only some of them kowtowed to his demands. Turns out he had dementia from alien brainworms and had been an Inquisitor for decades. Just a blank leather wallet. Oh. So some people played along, but people who didn't know or who were less forgiving just didn't. This is kind of interesting, though. I assume that it was kind of meant to be like a near end of story twist. That it was just a blank leather wallet. I assume this is Angel Star, but I don't know. I'll just assume it's her. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to What happened to the security guard? He was a secondary villain in an earlier Eisenhorn novel? Oh, okay. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Chief, the Cloud. Actually, can You'll probably stick around. We'll do it anyways. Oh god, he has his own theme. Yeah, his theme of not the Wild West.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime. Cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Okay, I had a feeling that was going to be that. Okay. Alright, we have the gumshoe thing. Take that. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right to the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog? You home on a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny.
Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Wow. I forgot how long this first investigation was. I think this is such a long case, though. They might all be this long, really. Okay, let's talk to him again. Officer Marshall, can you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner?
Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a faster doggy there now? Detective Goodman will stay up here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale.
Giving me Rawhide Kobayashi vibes. It's kind of a weird thing they're doing with this here. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Stir.
One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record. Death due to loss of blood. 1 knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. You prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So, there's no motive.
Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems that I called an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
It's high noon. No, commercial. I don't mean any offense, but oof. Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective.
You called me out? They shoot you for that in Texas.
Look, the localization team was just having a moment. That's kind of funny, though. I have someone from Texas here for that line. Do they? We would accept him. Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth.
Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina?
So, why are you in charge?
No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find its tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth?
That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe.
Kicked out of the investigation?
Well, we have to show him all the evidence we have.
I see your badge. Looks pretty round. All badge is a star. A lone star shining in the nighttime sky.
He actually has a sheriff badge. He's a weeaboo for the Southwest American aesthetic. He very well might. They do exist. Weeaboo. Oh, good one, Donnie. Like, it's bad, but it's bad in a good way.
Gleam of light, illuminate evildoers who come in the dark of night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight.
Hey, that's a sheriff's badge.
What's that? Some sort of police passport?
This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene.
Good distance in this rat hole. If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas. This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. It's tiny town, tiny town. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros.
You know, I think I understand why Emma's not doing so well 8 or 9 years from now.
Ah, poor shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A torn nut, maybe. Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't like him, right? We get the point.
You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it?
Hey, they could use the same shield over and over.
Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it, they've gone cheaper with every passing year, I tell you.
Alright.
Alright, compadre, count to 3.
Huh?
You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone.
That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Okay. It's probably because I'm doing a lot of ones that aren't important, but they're really pushing this Texas line. Oh man. Oof. Sorry, I want to take a sip for a second. Oh, you have anything to say about this? Man, the weirdest things I have to talk about sometimes.
5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came in a trot real slowly. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later, so it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Alright, I didn't think he was going to have anything to say about that, but, you know. Okay. We talked to that. Now we get to examine more. Slide to the left. What is this? This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out. Right. Let's check it out. I'm not doing this, by the way. The game did not believe I had the ability to do that myself.
Man, what a boring strap.
What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know.
Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know.
I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Is there anything on the back? No, they'd probably just want me to open it then. Oh. Click.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever. Let's check this phone out. Time to redial. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button.
Damn. You know, it's unfair of Emma to say that, but also she's exactly right about Phoenix. I believe this is the Steel Samurai theme? Hey, that song. I know that song. I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
Well, she apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when that murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry. That was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. All they know is shoot their gun, oil fields, rodeo, be cowboys, eat Whataburger, and lie. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Do they? Look, let's just listen to this Freeaboo and believe what he says. Because clearly we don't know better. Here in Japanifornia, which is very far away from... You know, now I'm thinking about it, the fact that they have the, like, weird Japanese California localization, it's like, they have, like, a weird... Like, is it... Mexico has even more influence on Texas than it does in ours, so it's Mexis. And I don't know, what would be a good one for Canada? North Cadota? To be fair, Gumshoe said he was from LA. He did. That was a pretty good one. I would say he was from West LA for that. Canitoba.
This rope, is it?
Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. In fairness, Phoenix, I'm pretty sure Maya would have said the exact same thing.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are relegated to B block.
I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. B block is through there. That's where visitors park.
I can see the lunch line car over there, far in the distance.
Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak.
Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy?
Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. It's some casual cannibalism. What's the big deal? This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn.
Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's more civil attorneys who do, but... Is that actually everything? I think it is. You have anything new to say? Oh, we can talk to you about Lana Scott.
So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
Well, that's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall,
Yeah, Bambina?
how can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill wind, someone's up to something here, but who? Speaking of localizations, I went back and watched the Shelly Ton of Biff and Pokemon. They doubled down on it so hard, I feel like the localization team did it as an inside joke. They might have. Like, after a certain point, like, once you've done it, although, I mean, eventually they, like, when the Pokemon Company took over and redid their own thing and changed stuff over. Although I think by that point, they stopped eating as much, like, regular Japanese food, and it was all more, like, Pokemon-based food. Like, they would just be eating berries and stuff instead, because, you know, just push the Pokemon lore. But when you make a decision like that, you do kind of have to double down. Plus, like, a lot of those things, too, they would definitely do stuff like that. Office atmosphere. I think in that one single episode they laid it on thick. There's no way it wasn't a joke. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you must say. One person? Who? I hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? I don't think this is anything new because we already investigated it, but... Can I hit this again? There's no need to push this again.
What's wrong? You look like I do during finals.
Never mind, it's nothing. Must not press button again.
My sister's cell phone.
The last time it was used was 5/18, right after Gumu was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? Alright. I think we might be able to... Nope, never mind. Edgeworth has stopped existing. Okay. Do we just need to talk to Lana again? No. Interesting. Do I need to go to the police department? Nope, nothing about that. Okay. I might have missed something. Alright. I'm definitely missing something. That's all that. I need to present here. It's over there. There's a phone there, ladder there, door there, security there. There's a 3 there, there's a 1 there. Plus, maybe I had to present something to Emma? Talk with you with everything. I presented everything to you. Yeah, I did that too, okay. Let's see if you have anything to say. Probably not, but... Here, see this?
Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things.
What is this? Behavioral study of lawyers? Alright, so this is just her saying these things. Okay, yeah, I don't think she's gonna say anything here then. Interesting. She wasn't there. There's that there. I doubt Gumshoe has anything to say. Because we already checked these things, right? Yeah, we did. What am I missing? We have these here. Detention center. Underground parking lot. Police department. Anna's not here. Do I have to present something else to you now? Nah, I said that was cheaper. We had that. Canceling date. Why Atlanta make that call, which we can't do. That was the thing that you did that. I already checked this, but I'll do it again. You have nothing to say about this either. He has his sheriff's badge. This is when he started dropping lines about Texas. Do we have anything that I already looked at all the evidence? This was something else I missed on the film, but I don't think that was. I already had her talk about that. Zooming in, although I don't think zooming in will help any, really. Alright, we'll go back out here. So he said I examined everything here, unless I missed something, but I don't think I did. Fortunately, you don't really have to like pixel search since they give you this whole little big magnifying glass thing to go over everything. Alright, I feel like I've done everything here. I don't think there's anything I could be missing here, really. Although I can now look at the stuff now that Edgeworth isn't here, maybe. Okay, we'll give it a try, I guess. What's this? It looks like a shield of some kind. It's broken. Maybe it's made out of chocolate and its owner took a bite out of it.
It appears to be made out of bronze with gold plating. It's not worth much. $70 tops.
This girl has a thing about pricing everything, doesn't she?
I wonder what that big K means. Mysterious.
I don't know why we're getting dialogue like before Edgeworth showed up, but okay.
There's a jacket framed on the wall like a painting. The fabric is high-grade cashmere, Italian styling, silk ruffles, turquoise buttons, and a gold thread collar. I'm guessing it's worth around $5,000.
$5,000?
Speaking of which, your suit would be about...
That's enough of that. I don't need my life appraised, thank you very much.
Wow, what an amazing bouquet.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy. Heard that name somewhere before. Okay, this is all just the same. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use, easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
I prefer not to have to look at myself while I work. Now, this all seems like...
Hey, a chessboard.
Not up on... I am not too up on my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. Yeah, this is all just the same. Oh, actually, no, that was slightly different. Nah, too late now.
Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
The shelves already packed super tight like that. What's the prosecutor going to do when they get new files?
Splendid, Mr. Wright. What an unusual observation.
By the way, I actually really like this perspective / drawing of Emma with like her little, like the way her mouth curves is actually kind of weird looking, but like that with the glasses down while she's just writing away. Oh no, this one's cute to me. I think that was a compliment. Well, man, what am I missing? There's the couch, but nothing here. Alright, let's try moving. Right, company offices, prosecutors, police department. If there's anything else going on here. Examine. Oh, thank God I don't even need to look at the blue badger right now. That's not bad. No, that's gumshoe complete. Talk to you about everything. Do I have to click on something else? I may need to look up what I'm missing, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, I'm not quite sure. Because there is nothing to do on this screen, for sure. This one is all Emma stuff which we've done. Yeah, she just does all that stuff. Oh, I forgot I could actually look at my badge.
So this is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin.
Each badge has a number carved into it. That way, you can tell which attorney it belongs to.
You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone?
No, I'd be found out right away.
Well, that's no fun.
That was kind of a fun little detail I missed earlier. Can't believe I forgot to not look at this. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36, male. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Alright. It did seem unlikely for them to say anything about that, but it was worth a try. Alright. Well, let's see what I forgot to do here. Okay, I already did that. I already got that. Oh, I'm a dumbass. How did I miss this? Man, has it actually... I don't know how I actually missed I wasn't going over the trunk. That explains some things. Ugh. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
You're right. Let's see. 6, 7S, 12, 2. Six minus 75 equals negative 69. 12 divided by 2 is 6.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
For Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record.
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
Oh, come on. They don't let you turn this around? Are you kidding me? So what is it actually? That's... Because obviously what you'd want to do is you want to look at it upside down, right? Where it's 221. And that would be SL9? Oh, wait, or would that be 5L9? Oh, whatever.
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we've got some clues? We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
Called out. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. property of Lana Sky. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Oh, you know the sad thing is, and I don't think it's worth actually doing it tonight. I brought up a guide just in case, because there's a couple things later on in this case, where I think if you get stuck on it, it becomes extremely tedious, if I recall correctly. As I said, it's been a while. We'll save. I think I might have to call it there, because, even if I hadn't gotten stuck on that, that still was over 2 hours. Like, jeez. Trial former. Oh, right. That's part of why this one's so long. Each trial day is 2 parts. Okay, yeah. I think we'll call this one here. I don't think the trial parts are as long. And usually the first investigation's always kind of the longest, just because you have the most, like, you're meeting the most characters, you have the most basic stuff to get. It varies, though. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I kind of got lost there at the end. I guess I was always going past the trunk, or I wasn't noticing that little moment when it toggled over from being checkmarked off versus not. But after I cheated and checked, we got there in the end. So for now, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go conk out. Good night, everyone.